Hello and welcome. I'm Tammy Braswell and I'm so glad to have you here. Today is the energy blast that I'm going to share with you. And what this energy blast does, let me just get into that a little bit first, is that it raises the vibration to a high frequency, one where the things that you desire are available. See, there's nothing that's ever withheld from us. Everything we could ever want or imagine is available. It's just at a different frequency than we're currently at. So, what we want to do is get into the frequency that aligns and matches with the things that we desire. Most often, we stay in the vibration that we're familiar with, our current comfortable one, and then we're not resonating and in the vibration of the thing that we want that we don't currently have. That's how you know what vibration you're in and what you're aligned with. It's what is in your current reality. And we often, want these wonderful things and want to have these new experiences, which are totally available to us. But again, we're not at the vibrational frequency because we're like radios sending out a signal that brings back to us, which is the law of attraction, things that are like us, are like that frequency, which then is the law of vibration. But whatever that frequency is what's going to come back to you. So with this energy blast, I'm going to bring your vibration into a really high, amplified, intense, new frequency. And your system will recognize that frequency because at a soul level, we know these higher frequencies. And it will recognize it and it will tune into it and it will want to be in that frequency. What we want to do with that is to hold the frequency to be able to have and align with the things that we want. Here's a little caveat or disclaimer to that I don't believe a lot of people mention, especially, if you watch The Secret with the law of attraction and how it tells you how simple it is. Well, it is simple, but the thing is that we can't be in two vibrational frequencies at the same time. So you're in a current vibrational frequency that's getting you the reality that you see right now. I'm going to help you move into a higher frequency, which will, what's the word I'm looking for, encompass the things that you, and experiences. They can be tangible, they can just be experiences of, feelings and things like that you want to have. But vibrationally, they're different. And you can't be in both of them at the same time. So when I open up this energy and blast it out for you to receive it, you are going to move into that frequency, which opens you up to the things that you want. Now, there's high and low frequencies. I don't refer to anything as good or bad, positive or negative anymore, because it's just a variation in the frequencies. That's all there is. Our soul does not view anything as good or bad, as positive or negative, unless you're looking at electrons or things like that in science, but not just in the way we perceive things. So vibrationally, the lower aspects of whatever you're experiencing now can't go into, or they can't go into the higher vibrational frequency for the new experiences and things that you want in the form they're at. Some things may need to fall away. People, experiences, feelings, beliefs, things that you've been holding on to that keep you in this vibration. So if you want to move into the higher vibrational frequency, then we have to be willing, you have to be willing to release and let go of that version of whatever that is. So say you're saying, I want to be more loving, or I want to, connect with more people, but then you find when you receive this energy blast and you move into the higher vibrational frequencies, after you step out of it, your life will start to integrate that into your field and into your reality and human experience. And you might notice that where people are bugging you and getting on your nerves, well, that is the lower vibrational energy that is inviting you to heal it, to address it, to do something with it, because it's not aligned with what you're saying you want. So we often say, well, I want to experience this thing, And then stuff shows up that we go, well, that doesn't feel good. That isn't what I wanted to experience. Well, it's showing up because that's the old vibration that you're moving out of, that you want to move out of, but you have to do something with it. You have to process emotions, identify those old beliefs, move through that energy to satisfy your soul's experience of it, and then you can step into the higher new frequency, have what you want in that frequency, and the other one will dissolve because it's no longer needed. But because we don't really think about that, we just see we want this thing and we kind of want to hold on to all the other stuff. Maybe not consciously. I know people who do energy work and healing work and are on their spiritual development path consciously will go, well, I don't want to hold on to that. But somewhere in there, you're holding on to it. So things are going to come up that are going to invite you to release them, to let them go, to allow yourself to experience and become more anchored in the higher vibration that you're saying you want, that you're saying you want to be part of. That's all. There is an exchange for everything. And it isn't always money. It's we're willing to give up something of a lesser nature for something of a higher nature. There's always going to be an exchange. And we have to step into that if we want the next version of whatever that is. So I just wanted to put that little caveat, disclaimer type thing in there because I think that's missed in a lot of manifesting and law of attraction work, that we really do have to let go of the other vibration that's no longer going to be equivalent or allow us to access the higher one that we want to move into. So that's that for getting into this energy work. The is that I'm going to leave this up for 24 hours now so that everybody in the group who wants to, who's called to experience this, has access to it. I'm going to do this each Monday, so you can join me each Monday. I'll do it as long as I'm guided to do it. So it may be a long time, it may be a short time, whatever the I feel energetically is I want to say needed to some degree, but also wanted and part of the expansion that we're all going through together. This is the work I do for myself each day, and I just want to expand that and share that so you have those experiences for yourself. So it will be imbued with the energy because that's my intention. So whether you're watching it here with me now, and I appreciate everybody who is, or whether you're watching it later on, anytime within the next 24 hours, you will be receiving the energy that I'm sending out right now. Energy has no time and it has no limitations. So it's whatever intention I give it and want to offer to it. So you can even listen to it repeatedly or watch it repeatedly if you want to. I did note in the description that I'd like you to focus on one thing. And the reason I really bring this up so much is because we have been taught to do everything in such a broad way that we're not focused and clear on what we want. And I've done other lives on this. So it isn't about fitting everything in that you can fit in, because that is actually an energy of lack. Thinking that I have to, this is the only time it's going to happen, so I got to push everything in there. And I don't want you to feel that way. I want to start expanding you to greater abundance, to greater opportunity, because you're here to ask for something more. Healing, emotional, something you want to manifest, something you want to experience differently in your life and to raise your vibration to reach that. You cannot go into a higher vibration and maintain that and anchor into it from a low vibrational mindset, belief system, energy, like I've been sharing. So we don't want to think that this is the only opportunity and you have to shove everything in it, okay? You have one thing that you really want to experience differently right now. And as clear as you can get on it, as specific as you can get on it, is helpful, because that's really going to give the energy a focused place to go. to create something different for you. I can tell you lately, not that it hasn't always been this way, but really intensely, I can think something and literally in days, it shows up in my relationships, in money, in everything. Even it's even astonishing me sometimes how I just thought about that and there it is again. So this is very powerful work and it's very powerful energy. And I want you to really think about what is one thing you want to experience differently right now. And if it's something like abundance, I'm going to invite you to be a little more specific than that. Because if we say something like, I want more money, and you find a penny on the ground, technically, it's more money. The universe doesn't know things as big or small. We perceive them that way. So if you want something else, be a little more specific about it. Because you can have whatever it is you want. And we limit ourselves by thinking, oh, I'm asking for too much and being greedy and whatever. No. If it can be a thought in your mind, it can be a physical or tangible or opportunity for an experience to have in your life. The universe doesn't dangle carrots. It gives us everything. And even the things we think we don't want, but it's giving them to us because we're inviting them in on some level, okay? So think about what it is that you would like to have differently right now in your life. What would you, and the why is important too, because we want it to be based in our heart, in love. We want this thing because we love this thing, because we want to experience a result. The more we can connect to this, the more quickly it can show up, the more clearly it can show up, and the more identify it when it does show up. Because I really do want you to have results from this, and I really do want you to see the power that's possible through what you focus on, what you desire, and getting into the frequency of it. Because the more you do that, the more you can do that, the more you. And there you go. All right, so I think I've explained everything enough for now. Just wanted to make this a quickie little event. So right now I'm going to go ahead and send this high frequency energy blast to you. And it is extremely high frequency. You will absorb and take in and match up to what is possible for you. So I'm giving you like the ultimate level, and you're going to come up in there where you can be. So let's go ahead, and we want to start with intentional breathing. So we're going to take a few intentional breaths, and before we do that, we'll do it all together so that we're maintaining this energy. We want to inhale through our nose, feeling our heart area open up and becoming more receptive and expansive for what's coming in and what you can receive. And then exhale out anything that feels heavy, low vibrational, stressful, tense, that doesn't need to be part of it in this moment. And so keeping your eyes closed, the only sense that you don't need right now is your visual one, only because it often pulls us out of going within, because we start to notice the external. The one that benefits you right now is your auditory. It's just listening to me and feeling that vibration through my words and through the energy blast that I'm about to send to you. I'd like to invite you, before I begin, to give yourself permission to receive this vibration, the highest possible vibration that you can receive, to align you with whatever that one thing is. So bring that to mind and give yourself permission to receive that thing, that experience, and to align vibrationally with it, to show you that you can align vibrationally with it, and to allow whatever doesn't match it to reveal itself as well, so you can do the healing work to release it and anchor yourself into the vibration of the thing you desire. That's a mouthful, but you can just say, okay, I give permission. Just acknowledge and recognize what I've shared. Allow the frequencies to come into your body, into your energy field, into your emotional and mental layers to align you with what it is that you desire, the one thing you've brought forth into this session. Because whatever your lowest vibrational point is, because of the law of polarity, that the two opposite sides are equal, this will go as high as your lowest vibrational point as well. So the stuff related to that, like I mentioned earlier, will start to come up so that it can be processed and healed, and then you can go to an even higher vibrational frequency. Because the things we always desire are at a higher place than we are vibrationally, or they'd be part of our experience right now. So anything you desire that's beyond where you're at, emotionally, physically, tangibly, is at a higher frequency. But it's available if you can get to that frequency and you can stay there so that you can fully embrace it and allow it in. And in a higher frequency, your field is expanded. So the lower that we are in vibration, the more constricted and limited our actual space can be. So this will expand your energy field to pick up even more opportunities to show up, more ways for the things that you're asking for to present themselves to you. You may be vibrating or tingling or feel warm. That's just the energy moving. And the intention is that the energy will balance itself out, attract to you the experiences so that you can have the one thing that you have intended for this session. And also remember that the lower vibrational stuff that cannot be in that vibration of the new experience or the new thing is going to present itself, so you can do something with it and just move your body some. And you can open your eyes. And I want you to remember to stay well hydrated. Now, this energy will continue to work for 3 days, for up to 3 days after this session. Whether you're listening to this live or the replay for the next 24 hours, it's 3 days. We are complete. It's okay if tears come or if you're yawning or anything that comes that feels like it's a release. That's releasing the vibration that you've been in to open the space for the new one. We always have to open that space up for the new to come in, for the new to be experienced. And then that expands and gets bigger and bigger, and it's really a wonderful process. Okay, so enjoy this for the next 24 hours and 3 days after for the energy that'll be working on your behalf. And I'm here if you are looking for any kind of support for that lower stuff that comes up. I don't want to leave you hanging and figuring out how to do that, so you can always reach out to me, and I have ways of supporting you that way. I'll see you next Monday then. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.